Hey guys, welcome to this week's version of Thorough Thursday, and today we're going to be going over Landmine Viking press. So let's get to it. So as you can see from this setup here, I'm just using a fat bar with a regular landmine attachment. Now for those of you at home, you can use varying different setups where you can either use a landmine with a regular bar or put the barbell in the corner of a rack or a room, so that way if you don't have a landmine, you can still do this movement. And then we have a Viking press attachment here, which I got for 50 bucks off of Amazon, if you'd like it. So let's get to the movement now. So whenever I'm doing this movement, I try to have a fulcrum point set up. So what I mean by that is you want to set it up on top of a box or some kind of a safety plyo box or something, so that way I'll have to pick up the weight from the ground every single time I want to do a set. So whether I'm doing this from a kneeling position or a standing position, I always pull my shoulder blades back as hard as I can, and then depending on where I'm going to grab on this, I'm going to grab a firm position with my hips bent back, and then extend my hips to an upright position, and then press away. So as you can see, when I'm pressing away, my upper back is staying tight and I'm pressing up and away from my body. So the reason I'm doing that is, again, it's on a landmine, so that's where the fulcrum point is going to be ahead of you. So that way you have to press into it to keep the barbell in the landmine. But also, this is what makes it a great alternative to overhead pressing if you have very poor shoulder mobility. So I think everybody should be able to press things above their head, but not necessarily over their head. So the reason I say that is if you have bad shoulder mobility and you try to force the weight above your head, straight up above your head, you're going to have wear and tear on the shoulder joint that's not necessary. Now, as you increase your shoulder mobility over time, you may have that ability to press weight overhead without hurting yourself. But until then, this is a great alternative to doing overhead pressing without degrading your shoulder. And another reason this movement is awesome is that it builds a lot of the stability muscles within the shoulder capsule, such as the serratus anterior. So by pushing up and away from your body, you get a lot of that stabilization from the serratus that you don't get from a lot of movements like bench pressing and whatnot. So I hope you guys found this version of Thorough Thursday useful, and I'll see you guys around.